Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Ashley Rose and today we're going to be talking about angel numbers. I'm really excited. I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, but I don't know, I feel like now is a really good time because if in like the daily tarot readings, the weekly tarot readings I've started doing now, even just in conversation, I feel like angel numbers have been coming up a lot. There's a lot of synchronicities, there's a lot jumping out at us, and I just feel like what's a better time now than like when the universe is yelling at us to pay attention to these numbers, that like we sit down and chat about them because they're really cool. And it's a really cool way and a tool that I've used to, just connect to my intuition more, trust myself, and follow the guidance and support that's all around me. So I felt like, they're gonna sit back, relax, and just dive into angel numbers a little bit more because I feel like if you listen to my daily tarot readings, you know how much I love numbers and that I'm always paying attention to their energy, their frequency, and the info that they're coming to bring us. And angel numbers are no different. And angel numbers are a number sequence that could be 3 or 4 or maybe even more, that's repetitive or has a pattern. So we're talking like 111, 333, 1111, 1212, 1313. And they could also be, you could have your own number that shows up for you. That doesn't make sense, but to other people, but for you, you could have a repetitive number pattern that keeps popping up, and that's here to also offer you guidance similarly to how angel numbers are. So that could just be like, I had one popping up all the time that was like 243. What's another one? It literally could be a random sequence. It could be like a birthday or an important date that pops up. But again, it's here to serve a purpose and to support and provide guidance and even just inspire and evoke deeper thoughts, right? Allow us to kind of take a look at what's going on right now in the present and maybe apply some of the insights that we're getting to what is going on. So usually they're going to be messages from the universe, messages from our spirit guides, from our angels, sometimes our ancestors, and it can even be just a conversation between a higher state of consciousness of yourself. So it could be your higher self communicating to, you now in this moment, trying to trying to grab your attention and get you aware of just what's going on. I feel like I've always been super useful and super helpful. And again, I feel like we're in this state of really high, intuition, especially now there's a lot of planets in Pisces. Specifically when I'm making this video, that, it's going to be important for us as we're becoming more aware and we're allowing our consciousness and our perspective to expand, that as these synchronicities pop up to us, that we know what messages are being, brought our way. Angel numbers are here to kind of offer insight, wisdom, help direct you on your path, and also just inspire you at the end of the day, really. It's this connection, it's this conversation with your guides, with your higher self, with your angels, with the the beings of the energy that support you. And numbers are a way that they are kind of coming in and manipulating that so you can be aware of what they're trying to bring to you, because sometimes maybe they're trying to communicate to you through dreams, but maybe we're not paying attention, or maybe we can't remember our dreams. So numbers are a good way in like our waking consciousness to kind of grab our attention. It's cool too because I think a cool tool as well when using them is paying attention to like what kinds of things you're doing as numbers popping up. Like, are you pumping gas and you see 555, and that sometimes could indicate travel, changes within travel. As we get into numbers, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Excited. They help us confirm again that we're on the right path, provide insight, and illuminate maybe some like mystical themes that have been reoccurring, right? So maybe that's change, maybe that's balance, maybe we're trying to get out of patterns and they're trying to help us move through that, connect to ourselves. Maybe they're trying to tell us to balance. Those types of things could come up. They're not, which is really cool about them or what I should say is really cool about them, is that they're not based on specifics. It's not like astrology or tarot where you have like set, or even with tarot, there are, set meanings, but it's also using your intuitive skills to kind of to decipher. But I'll use astrology. It's not exactly like astrology where, we need your birthday, we need your time of day, we need where you're born, we need specifics about you. This is, really based on just your identity of kind of what you're going through at the moment and how you're moving through the world instead of, who you are. Does that make sense? It's helping you with the movement through these things, these situations, challenges, circumstances that we're going to, and kind of the meanings can be personal, but they can also just be, what they are. They don't have to be anything deeper. Sometimes it's always a good practice to, when you see an angel number, to just take a moment and think about what you were doing, what you were thinking about, maybe an event that you're processing through, maybe a situation that you're in, maybe, you had an opportunity, and while you're in, you're interacting with this opportunity or you're involved in it, you see angel numbers around you. Those are going to be good indications that maybe you're right where you need to be, right? It's those things like that. So ideas or impressions that kind of just come to mind when they pop up is going to be a good indication as to what they're talking about. It's also be good to jot them down while those pop up, because it creates a connection and a relationship between the numbers, and they might change. Like, you might be going through a certain situation and you see 666 all the time, and that's telling you to balance, that's telling you to think about things, that's telling you to reconnect. But then you see it 6 months later and it's a sign that there's love in your life, right? So it's important to pay attention that what's coming up, what you're thinking about, what you're going through, and what that meaning could be to you, because it could change, right? Everything's subject to change here in Earth. We have free will, and as we move through these situations and again connect to our intuition, those things can tend to evolve and transform and change with us. So let's get into the numbers. So first we're going to start with 000. I love 0 because it really is, it's a circle, right? And it's always this, I feel like 0 and circles are always this like symbol of a cycle. Things that are continuous and ever flowing, ever moving, and are in constant kind of rejuvenation with themselves, right? Like if you're down, there's always a time to be up. And so with 000, when we get through all the numbers and we go to 9 and we come back to 0, that's an indication of a new beginning, of new opportunities, of a fresh start, of a new cycle, to really have this opportunity with the things that we've learned or have been learning to create again what our heart's desire is, to be the creator of our own destiny, and again, take charge in a new way from this gained experience that we have. It also makes me think of the World in the Major Arcana, and we look at that card. That is the last card of the Major Arcana, and it signifies triumph, it signifies victory, it signifies a journey coming to an end. It's this angelic being that's naked with these ribbons, and she's got wands in her hands, and she's in the middle of a green wreath, signaling this completion of a cycle, this moment where we can really come and appreciate all that we've been through, as we now have activated ourselves in new ways and now are stronger in our power and our potential, and we have the ability to kind of use that and start a new beginning with that, kind of really communicate to ourselves all of what we learned so that we can move forward. That's why I love seeing zeros in that way. And again, even coupled with a couple of the other numbers, we can see zeros in sequences with ones, with twos. And again, I feel like those are just a reminder and even an emphasis on which those individual numbers kind of can bring us as well. And sometimes I feel like 000 isn't counted, or some people don't think about 000 as an angel number, but I still feel like it really just brings that inspiration of a new beginning and kind of gives us the confidence to begin again, and begin again in a way that excites us and gets us, moving and grooving, instead of one where we're kind of dreading, right? Okie dokie. Now let's move into 111. 111 I'm really excited to talk about because I feel like right now there's so many things beginning, and I've seen 111 so many times within my readings, with just myself out and about, talking about it, with other people, others asking me what 111 is. I feel like it really is a big number right now that's trying to get our attention. So similarly to 000, it's the start of a new beginning, right? Because one, we begin again right at the beginning with one. It's a new opportunity, and it's also one is known as like the manifestation number. So we see 111, 1111. That's a signal to make a wish, because our manifestations are coming, and the things that we've been working on, our wishes are being granted to us, and it's time to kind of be excited about that and open ourselves up to all of what is coming in, because it's like we put our request out there and we're being heard and we're seeing it come back to us. It's also our intuition to trust that, to listen and use our own discernment. Again, when we feel or see this number, how that can be presented in our lives. Are we moving careers? Are we literally moving ourselves? Are we picking up and moving across state and like changing our living environment? This is, also a green light from the universe and your guides that you're going in the right direction. So again, talking about moving, actual spaces, moving careers, if those are things that we're thinking about, this is like, good job, keep going. Please keep listening to your intuition, because you're doing what you need to be doing. This is also thinking about connecting the present with the future. So thinking about this present moment when you see 11, 111, thinking about the present moment and what you're trying to get done in the future, again, connected to our manifestations and what we're hoping to build and bring in. So focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And it's a really good energy to take risks and to take new risks, because everything is supporting you. Again, it's this green light from the universe. It's this support to try new things, go after what your dreams are, and again, your manifestations. So if those things are coming in, take risks on what you're doing. Push yourself out of your comfort zone and really, again, expand what you can create for yourself, because this energy is at our disposal right now. And because I'm a tarot account, I will talk a little bit about the cards, because it makes me think of the magician. And the magician is, being connected to your energy, being connected to your authenticity, and taking what you see in your mind's eye, right? Your dreams, and creating them in this reality, having your manifestations come through. It also reminds me of the Four of Wands, and that is like make a wish, right? That's the happiest card of the deck. So these are happy times right now for us to, when we see 111 or 1111, to really tune in to what's going on and what's around us and the new beginnings that are unfolding, because we're on the right path. We're going exactly where we need to go. And that leads us into 222. And 222 is going to be about balance. It's going to be about trust, intuition, our connections, our relationships. And it could be a sign that we're in need of some support. So when we're in relation to our relationships, that's a good indication that we should reach out to the people that are around us. Maybe our companions, our partners, our friendships, maybe even business partners, depending on what what comes up for you when you see this number. Are you at work when you see it? Are you driving when you see it? Are you thinking about your relationship when you see it? Paying attention to those things are going to be the indication of where this balance or where this trust or where intuition is needed in these moments, or where we may need some support. And it's also telling us within those areas that we may be looking for support to ask. It's a number of connections, so it's important for us when we see it to try to make connections with others. And also it could be an indication, depending on, maybe you're going through some self-belief thoughts, or you're really trying to rework what's going on in your brain, or you're getting out of this mindset of like not being enough, and it's trying to signal us to have that connection with ourselves, to dive deep, to tune into our intuition. It is a good indication that even though these things are going on, that we're still in the right place at the right time. And you're working hard to build the life that you want for yourself, build the life that you see for yourself, and build the life that's aligned with your desires. So though it could be a message for balance, it's also a message that you're exactly where you need to be. We just need to maybe balance out some thoughts, some behaviors that could be deterring us from seeing the bigger picture that's in front of us. So that could be, again, our career, our social life, our romantic life. So just be patient, with your collaborations, with your partnerships. And it's just a message to be present and enjoy the moment, because again, we are seeing, these things unfold as we move forward. And I love when I look at all the angel numbers as a whole, because it really is this message of movement. And when we go on it, you can kind of feel that as we move through each of these. All right, so now we are moving into 333. I love the number 3. I'm a 3. If you know life paths, life path numbers, and you're into numerology, but 333 is like magnetic creativity. This is the sign to express yourself artistically, to it's an opportunity to use your unique talents, your unique gifts, your strengths, your abilities to whatever situation that you're going through, to whatever again, situation, circumstance, thing that you're thinking about when you see this number as it comes up. Maybe, it could just be coming up and you don't know why. It just might be an indication that we need to spend some time. Maybe we're too serious, we're too focused on work, and we need to, again, express ourselves in an artistic way to kind of have some fun, tap into that inner child. This is also, our spirit guides being around us and showing us support and guidance. This is like our ascended masters being around us and guiding us with this. It's why it is kind of like creative artistic expression or in this magnetic creativity, because we need to, I feel like when we see 333, it's like an indication to connect with our masters, with our guides, with our spirits. And a lot of times we can do that when we are creating, when we are artistic, and we allow that natural energy to flow within us, because then that thinking logical brain can shut off and we can use that other side, that intuitive side, and then we can receive the message that we need, right? This is also, again, our prayers being answered, or I shouldn't say again, but our prayers being answered. And it's a reminder to think about the balance between our mind, body, and spirit. What are we doing to activate each part of ourselves in those areas? Are we being mindful? Are we, giving our body the time that it needs? Are we nourishing our spirit? We could be a little off balance, and we need to look at those things if we're having a hard time maybe accessing our creativity, or maybe, expressing ourselves artistically. This number shows up a lot, I feel like, for creatives sometimes to be an indication of, I feel like sometimes creatives doubt their work, and so their guides are kind of speaking to them with that of like, keep going, keep moving, right? Share your gifts, allow those to kind of be the guide forward. Similarly to 333, 444 is also a number or an energy for protection, knowing that your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors are around you, that you are right where you need to be, so do not doubt it, because it's also the number for stabilization. And that you're in the process of grounding, rooting, and building a foundation that's meant to last, building a foundation that is going to help you grow and reach new heights in new ways. And that's why you have this extra, message of support from your guides. A lot of the times I've seen 444, right before I make like big decisions, or, things that I'm moving through, like when we got this house, I saw 444. When I got my car, I saw 444. What was another time? I went to the casino, driving into the casino, the car in front of us, the license plate had 444 on it. And I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna win money tonight. And I did win money. So kind of things like that. That are just kind of here to be like, okay, I just want you to know that something's going to happen, something good is going to happen. So relax. I feel like that's what, because right, it's that stabilization energy. If maybe we're feeling anxious, we could see this because our guides are kind of telling us to calm down. We're good. We're solid. We have a foundation that we can stand on. So with that, you know, if we're feeling impatient or feeling a little anxious around this time, you could also see it as a sign to ask for help, right? Ask us find that balance, that stability back down so we can feel secure again in what we're doing, and that it can help us establish trust and empower us in a way to, again, reach new heights and really reach our fullest potential. Because when we get scared or we get nervous or we're worried about where we're going, we're not accessing that potential. We're accessing that, you know, a little bit of that fear. And where our potential is not where our fear lives, right? This is also, you know, your guides wanting to know that you are being heard, you are being seen, and they see what you want and what you're doing, and that they're close. And that you have a greater purpose than what might be in front of you right now. And it's also just an energy and a resonance of love and encouragement to keep going, to keep moving forward, to not let that whatever could be in front of you right now stop you from what you really want to be doing. And again, stop you from, you know, accessing your highest potential and your greater purpose. So with that, we move into 555, and 555 is going to be major change. It's going to be risks, you know, transformations. If you've been stuck or stifled, or you're newly inspired, this is going to be major shifts that are happening kind of behind the scenes, but we can feel them, right? We know they're happening energetically, and 555 is just kind of indication. I feel like when I've seen it or when it's popped up for other people, it's like, it's an acknowledgement that you're going through something and that you can feel the energy is changing, and that energy could be giving us a little bit of anxiety, but to be patient and to be calm, because behind the scenes, things are working for you. So, you know, relax as things unfold, to know that you're on the right path, and this could be exciting. It could also be intense because it's a big transition, and a lot of times it's calling for us to transform in ways and make ourselves uncomfortable in ways that we haven't been before, right? We're pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone a little bit with this one, but ultimately it's telling us that change is on the way and we're on the right path. And because we're allowing the change to happen, things are going to fall exactly into place where they need to be. All right, now let's go on to a controversial one. 666, you know, despite in other religious areas 666 being, you know, a negative number, which I think is so interesting, how we can take a number that is for peace and love and compassion and, you know, balance and support, and make it something negative and evil. Like, I just feel like, of course. But 666 is really just to be this number, which is maybe that's where they get this negative connotation when they see it, because it's triggering them for balance. Because I feel like a lot of times this number may pop up when we are a little bit frantic in our thoughts, or maybe we're a little bit in overanalysis paralysis. Maybe we're going through something with our, you know, partner, and we're really exaggerating what's going on. I feel like I've seen that a couple times like that. And it's telling us to relax, reflect, reconnect, calm down, balance, and support yourself through what's going on. You have support around you, but you need to support yourself as well. Again, it's this resonance of compassion and being empathetic and gentle. This is a reminder to treat yourself, because sometimes in those moments where we're feeling so unbalanced, a lot of times that's when our needs might be unmet, right? So that the angels and your guides might be being like, okay, take a break, go treat yourself, relax your mind from all of these things that you're thinking about, all this stuff you're trying to plan, all of this worry that's taking up and taking your energy away. It's time for you to treat yourself a little bit and come back, give yourself some care, and even just treat yourself with kindness. And understanding that things might not be going according to plan or according to how we asked for them or what we saw for them, but you have an opportunity to choose how you interact with those thoughts when you see this number, right? Again, this is just reflection, refocus, reconnecting, grounding, self-care. And this could just be indicating like you're working or you're worrying too hard, right? Like that's really what I feel like balance is all about. You're overworking your mind in a way that's causing you to be tired or could be causing some type of distress. And it's just like, take care of yourself, sweetheart. Relax. But then it's also love, and it's also compassion, and it's also, balance and harmony, and feeling those things when we see them. Reminds me of the lovers in the tarot, or the, anytime we see Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles. That's all an indication of like balance, of success, of moving forward, of opportunity. 6 in numerology is the number for a temporary opportunity, and I feel like when 666 pops up, it's an opportunity to bring yourself balance, to take a break from what you're stressed about, what you're worried about, what you're working towards, and give yourself that love and care and compassion that maybe we've been, falling off from. And now we move into 777, which is a lucky number, and it really is. It's about good fortune, it's finances becoming on the way, monetary opportunities to branch out and explore beyond your comfort zone, right? And I feel like a lot of times when these numbers pop up, it really is being like, okay, green light, let's go, let's get out of where we're going, let's push a little bit more. Because I feel like when our guides want to communicate to us in that way, it's because we're maybe being a little stubborn or a little scared to move, and they're like, come on, okay, you needed this message, here you go, 777, money's coming on the way, don't worry about those finances, you're spending too much time worried about your finances. This could indicate consistent income streams, good things just unfolding, unraveling, coming your way, your spirituality is expanding. You might be looking at a connection or a situation from a spiritual perspective instead of maybe an objective or, a very physical way of looking at things. And that could just be enlightening. It's a good number to just, I feel like, relax and know that good things are coming your way. And that, to kind of have fun in the moment, to allow your mind to relax and allow your creativity to come out and to just feel the good things that are unfolding around you. And again, it could be lucky, it could be good fortune. So you could see 77 at the casino, and that's why they use 777 there. Maybe you are going there, you see it, you win a lot of money, right? Maybe you see it on a receipt or on a bill, right? I feel like those are things where when it's related to those types of things, you can kind of also again tell where maybe this message, what area it's going to be affecting. You could see it on a license plate. You pay attention to where you're going. Maybe even, again, you'll have luck if you move. You'll have luck if you travel. You'll have luck if you'll change, your circumstances in environment, taking action. And again, it's just an enlightening number to get our minds to, think about things in a new way, and even just a new spiritual perspective. 888 is also kind of similar, but a divine connection to spirit in a very powerful way. 8 is an infinite number. When you turn it on the side, it's the infinity symbol. So dive into your intuition, connect deeper to your spirituality, do a little more spiritual work. There's strength. That's a sign of abundance, is a sign of money also coming in, having good wealth and good fortune, everything really falling into place. And so it's important to stay open to all the abundance in all forms as it comes in, because it's going to be a gentle nudge to open yourself up to co-creating in new ways, to kind of spread around the wealth and the abundance that you have, right? So if you have it and you see 888, or you have something to share, you have something to give, you have help, you have support, do it. When you see 888 pop up, because what you give, you get back eightfold. Right? See that? And it wants you to give so you can receive, or they want you to give so you can receive when this number pops up, because you have the strength and you have the abundance coming in for it, like this abundance of wealth, right? This infinite, this 8 pushing us to really bring in these things. It's strength, it's courage, it's being brave. When I think of 8, I think of strength in the major arcana, and that is, soothing those thoughts that really try to deter you from the abundance that's coming in, from the joy that you're seeking, and really tune to your connection with the divine, tune to your spirituality, tune to your intuition, and really hone in and listen and use your discernment for what's going on, and share yourself, right? In new ways. Share your gifts, share your talents, share, your wisdom, your experience, and maybe even just service to go out there and again do things in new ways and get yourself out of your comfort zone. And as we as we come to the end of our numbers, we have 999, and that is chapters coming to an end, a cycle closing, meaningful endings coming to a close, and really seeing the new journey that's ahead of you, having this opportunity. It's also the harvest, to take everything in, everything that has grown and culminated up to this moment, to really be present in all of it, and then kindly love on it as it goes away, and we can look at the new journey with all that we have with us right now. It's expanding our horizons, and really again another indication to get out of our comfort zone, to explore new territory, to be courageous in our decisions that we're making, and that our decisions will be supported when we release what no longer serves us. Because it's like, everything that's come to this moment right now is you're finishing a cycle. It's taking all that is for you, but then giving it love and appreciate that it's no longer, and to release it, right? To release the things that don't serve us, release the things that don't need to move on with us, and take, what we've gained, what we've learned in our positive experiences to move forward and push us out of our comfort zone in new and different ways. And some other angel numbers I want to talk about too are like really just like 1, 2, 3. If we see numbers ascending, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, right? Those are going to be indications that we're going in the right direction, that we're moving forward, that we're making progress, that something is moving, that you are in the right place at the right time, and you are exactly where you need to be. Now, if we see numbers going backwards, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, that's going to be an indication that something's going on. Maybe a thought pattern, maybe we made a decision, maybe our behavior, we're going backwards, right? It's an indication that we're kind of getting farther away from our alignment, not really going in the direction that we want to go. It's not there to scare you, but it kind of is just going to pop up to be, what's the word I'm looking for, to kind of just get in our view of like, hey, we might be going down a direction we don't really want to go on. Let's think about things broader. Let's think about things deeper. So I hope this helped. I hope this gave us some good insight, some good knowledge on angel numbers and what they could be meaning to us when we see them, how we could interact with them. I mean, they're going to pop up. They can pop up anywhere. They can pop up on a receipt. They can pop up on the clock, on your computer, on your phone, online. How many likes on a license plate? Anywhere that you could possibly see numbers, open up and pay attention to them, because that's going to be the easiest way that our angels and our guides and spirit is going to be trying to communicate with us. And again, right now, we are in a time where we are really being talked to through these angel numbers. So, if you have any questions, if you have any insight to add, I would love to answer them. I would love to create a conversation about it, to talk about angel numbers a little bit more, because they're really exciting. I love numbers, and it's so cool that the universe communicates to us this way, because it really could help. Again, it's a way for us to trust our intuition, to grow in that, connection that we have with it. It was the easiest way that I started trusting my intuition when I got into cards and I got into my spirituality, where I just followed some of these things, or I just allowed myself, when angel numbers came up, to think about what was going on, to write down a little bit. If I had the time to stop and journal about what may be going through my mind at that time, or even just, allow my mind to expand in a greater perspective, and think about things deeper. So again, I hope this helped. I hope that now you're looking at angel numbers and with a whole new meaning, and you got a little bit more grasps and knowledge in your tool belt. So I love you guys. I hope to see you later in the daily or the weekly weeklies now, weekly tarot reading. If you'd like to know more about me, you can go to my website. That's ashleyrose.com. You can book a tarot reading there as well. Follow me on Instagram. That's Ashley Rose Tarot. The links are in the description box. Like, comment, share this video, subscribe to my channel. I love you guys, and I will catch you later, alligator.